Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Carly. Make sure that you guys subscribe. And today I will be talking about my acne journey and how I cleared up my acne and hyperpigmentation and discoloration and all of that stuff. And I also will be showing you all the products that I use. These products were given to me by my dermatologist. So if you guys are interested in how I cleared up my skin within a few months, then stay tuned. So I started noticing that my skin was like breaking out, and I started having like acne and discoloration when I was like in 6th or 7th grade. That's when it like first started, and it wasn't too bad, like it wasn't dire, but I noticed that I had like a few spots maybe on my forehead or on my cheeks, and that's when it started. So in 6th or 7th grade, I definitely was not like seeing a dermatologist or anything, so that's just how my skin was, and I kind of left it like that. And then fast forward to high school, the same thing kind of started to happen. So I went to a dermatologist. This is not the current dermatologist that I'm at, so it was the previous one, and he put me on like some products. It kind of dried up my skin a little bit. Keep in mind, I have very dry skin. I forgot to tell you all that I have very dry skin. So on top of the products that I use to clear my acne, I also use like a lot of hydrating creams and stuff like that, because if not, my skin will literally crack. But the first dermatologist put me on like some stuff for my skin, and I'm not really sure if it was working or not. I don't really remember, so the answer is probably no. But it was like some stuff for my skin, and it dried it out. And I remember he told me, you'll never have the clearest skin in the room. Don't ever think that your skin is going to be perfect. I'm here to make sure that your skin gets better, but your skin will never be 100% clear. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you're a dermatologist, you went to school for 12 years. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that I can't have perfect skin. Like, that's not what you're gonna tell me. And like, right now my skin is not perfect, but it's way better than what it was before. And I feel like, you know, I can get to that stage where my skin is perfect if I continue my regimen. But the fact that he told me that, I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I stopped going to him. I maybe visited him 1 or 2 times. I stopped going to him, and I found a new dermatologist. He is the dermatologist that I'm currently with, and he is amazing. But it took a few times for me to go to him to get my skin to where it is currently. I started going to him in high school. In the first maybe 2 or 3 visits, I told him everything that was wrong with my skin, and I started using some of the products that he recommended to me. So the first product that he recommended to me was Epiduo. So I started using the Epiduo, and my skin started to get better, but I noticed that I had like hyperpigmentation, and I felt like I just needed a little bit more. Within the first few year or 2 that I was going to him, my skin was kind of good, it was kind of bad, but I definitely won't blame it on him. I was not as consistent as I should have been. I was not using the Epiduo every day. I was not washing my face with the right products every night. I was using like some Cetaphil face wash that was drying out my skin even more, which caused it to be even more irritated, which caused more acne. So yeah, my skin was just really all over the place. It was dry, it was cracking, I had like dark marks. What was really on my face was the hyperpigmentation. Like, even if I had a little breakout or something like that, it would cause the darkest dark mark on my face. So I don't know why my skin does that, but that's just how my skin is. Fast forward to most recently, my skin was the way that it was, and it's been like that, like I said, since middle school. And I went back to my dermatologist, and I'm like, you know, okay, Epiduo was okay. I know that I wasn't 100% consistent, but I also think that I need more products to work together to combat my acne. So he put me on Epiduo as well as Axone and a fading cream. So those are the 3 products that I am on. Those were all given to me by him, but there are products that work similar that you can find at local drugstores. They do work to do the same thing, because I know that the Epiduo is kind of dries out my skin so that, you know, no more acne or bacteria will build up. But there are other products that do the same thing. I'm just telling you all my story and the products that I am on. I am on the Epiduo, Axone, and then it is a pharmacy made fading cream that I have for the dark marks. So Epiduo, I put it on at night after I wash my face. The Axone I put on in the morning after I wash my face, and then the fading cream I only put on at night, and I put it only on the spots where my skin has any like hyperpigmentation or discoloration, not over my whole face, because obviously fading cream is very strong and it's used to lighten your skin, and I'm not trying to lighten my skin. I'm trying to lighten the dark marks so that it can be even with the rest of my skin tone. So that's what I have been doing this entire time, but let me walk you all through the process and you know how I got to the clearer skin. So a few months ago, it was actually like 2 or 3 months ago, where I felt like, and I'm going to insert some pictures here, but it was like 2 to 3 months ago in December. Right now it's the end of February, so the beginning of December, when I went home for winter break, I went back to my dermatologist, and that's when I was talking to him, and I was like, okay, I need, you know, a good cream or some more products for my face that, you know, can work together well. So that's when he put me on all of those products. Before I started using it, my skin, like I said, was just very dry. I had dark marks, I had red and very irritated skin because I was trying all types of random products that was just not meant for me, so it caused even more irritation, and it just caused my skin to be very red. I had my appointment, I went to him, and he ordered the products for me, and it took about, I don't know, maybe a week and a half, like around 10 days for my products to come in. So when the products came in, within the first day, I noticed like a drastic change in my skin. Not that my skin was clear, because we all know that acne is not cleared overnight, but I used the products and I just saw that the texture of my skin was totally different. I kind of had like an extra layer form. It was like a hard, not really too hard, but just like you can feel that extra layer on my skin, like a cast, or like it was getting ready to peel. If you've ever gotten like a facial, or if you've ever put anything on your skin that causes your skin to kind of peel up, that extra layer of skin on my face, like within the next night or 2 nights that I started putting all of the products, and then within like 5 or 6 days with me using all of the products, my skin started like shedding and like cracking and peeling really badly. It started turning white, and it just looked like I looked a mess, and I really did not want to leave out of the house. But I was like, you know, this is a part of the process, and I know that my skin is going to look better. So within a few days after the skin started to peel, it looked so much better. Like my skin was not completely clear, like I said, at all, but it was such a drastic change in my skin, and I was so happy, because I had a few dark marks, but it wasn't as much texture. I had a lot of texture like all over my skin, and I know some people struggle with that. They don't necessarily have like big pimples or horrible acne, but it's just a lot of texture, and they never really see that smooth part of their skin. So this is really what the products did for me. It really lifted like that dead layer of skin off of my face, and it was very smooth, and then I was only left with the dark marks and the hyperpigmentation to treat. So that's where the fading cream came in. So I started applying the fading cream on my skin. At first I started using it every night, only on the dark marks or the area where there was hyperpigmentation, because that's what my dermatologist told me to do. But within those first few nights, I noticed like when I used it every night, it was just too strong for me. I have very sensitive skin, so if I use anything that is just too strong, it's like my skin will be red and I will definitely feel it. So I started using it every night, and then I definitely stopped that. So I started using it like every other night, or 2 to 3 times a week, and that definitely worked for me, and that's still the routine that I'm on now. I do not use the fading cream every night, especially because I don't have as many dark marks. I just put it like, if I have a dark mark here or something here, I would just like put a little dot on it, rub it in a little bit, and then sleep on it, and then wash it off the next morning. That's kind of what I did, and I stayed with that regimen for 1 month straight, and then I had a follow-up appointment with my dermatologist to let him know how everything went. So I stuck to that regimen every day, every night, faithfully. I did not deter from it. I was so faithful to it because I was so committed to getting clear skin. Because if you have acne, you know that it's like, it feels like it's just everlasting. It's never gonna go away. So I really wanted to make sure that I was consistent, because in the past I have not been consistent. And even now I'm consistent, and I'm almost 3 months in, and I've seen, you know, a huge change, and I'm so happy about that. Also, I use like very inexpensive products to wash my face, because I also know that that's something that's very important. Some people like to use like very harsh scrubs on their face every night, and it's just not good for their skin. So don't use harsh products to wash your face or get in your face. What I used before is the Cetaphil. If you have very oily skin, then the Cetaphil will be really good for you, because it's like an oil control, acne prone Cetaphil cleanser. But it was not good for me, because like I said, I have such dry skin, and then the Cetaphil dried my skin out even more. So I was left with like snake crocodile skin. Like, that's literally how my skin felt. So I stopped using that, and now I am on a Neutrogena hydrating face wash, and you can get that from literally CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Target, wherever, and it is so good for my skin. So if you're out there with sensitive and dry skin, definitely use the Neutrogena. It is in a blue container, and I also will link it down below, but it has worked so well for me, and it hydrates my skin. And I also use a Cetaphil moisturizer, which is also really good for my skin. It's like a cream, and it works so well. And also, one more thing that I would like to recommend, you need to use sunscreen, because if you have dark marks or any hyperpigmentation and you go outside, and even if the sun is out or whatever, if you go outside, those dark marks are only going to get darker. So you want to make sure that you're protecting your skin from any you know, harsh UV rays or anything that's outside. So make sure that you use sunscreen. It doesn't have to be, you know, really expensive or anything like that, but just make sure that it's quality, and make sure that you're putting sunscreen on your skin. With a combination of everything that I said, I now have clear skin, almost clear skin. I wouldn't say that it's like 100%, you know, perfect, but I'm definitely working on it. I'm thinking about going and getting like a facial, just to really elevate it and bring it to the next level, but I have not done that yet. If you guys are interested in me doing that, just let me know. Also, if you all would like to see me actually doing my morning time and nighttime skincare routine, just let me know, and I have no problem doing that. If this video was informative, give it a thumbs up. If you have any more questions on my skin or any products that I use, definitely let me know down in the comments. I am so for, you know, helping people out on their skincare and their acne journey, because I know that it has been a lot, and you know, I know how it feels to have like horrible skin. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one.